everybody. This is Dr. Janet Hall. Welcome to another edition of Healthy Alternatives Podcast. Today I'm going to do the first in a series of podcasts talking about the toxins that I see on the hair analysis. Toxins that can be inside of your body and you have absolutely no idea they're there. Toxins that can be at the root of disease and can be the cause of many of your health symptoms. These are toxins that typically medical doctors do not identify, but this is what I do. I've been doing the hair analysis for 30 years now, and I started doing the hair analysis because I used the hair analysis on myself when I was mysteriously diagnosed with Graves' disease. And prior to me doing the hair analysis, I was an environmental engineer and emergency chemical and hazardous waste responder and worked in the environment, identifying and removing toxins from the environment. So when I got diagnosed with Graves' disease and the doctor had no clue why I had it, I just naturally just said, well, I'm going to go out and find the toxin that was making me ill, and I did. When I discovered the toxin, I was able to remove it, which was aspartame that I was using at the time. And then I replaced the nutrients, the essential nutrients that were depleted by the aspartame toxicity, and I restored my health. So this is what I do. This is what I love to do to help people try to discover and uncover the cause of disease symptoms and of disease diagnoses. So today we're going to talk about a toxin that used to be very rare to see in the hair analysis, thallium. Thallium is a radioactive element, and it, like I said, used to be very rare to see in a hair analysis result. And then I began to see it at very low levels, and then it began to increase. And now, today, I'm seeing thallium levels in people's hair samples that are very, very high and at toxic levels. So we're going to talk about thallium, and we're going to talk about that it is found now in your vegetables. And we're going to address why, what to do about it, how to remove it, and how to restore your health if you are high in thallium. So here we go. The sources of thallium are increasing today, which is why I believe I'm seeing thallium accumulation and buildup in people more today. Thallium is used today commonly in electronics. So it's found in electronic devices, fiber optics, camera lenses, and switches. Most notably, thallium is used in semiconductors, fiber optics, and glass lenses. Okay. Thallium is also deposited naturally in nature. You're going to find it in areas that are high in uranium and thorium and other radioactive metals that are deposited naturally. And these are commonly found in earthquake and volcanic areas, mountainous areas, along coastlines. So it is found in nature, but those levels that I used to see back in the day were very low, if present in the human body at all. Again, today it's found more commonly, and I believe it's because of our industry and our semiconductor and fiber optic technology. One thing that's interesting is that thallium is being used more and more in medical testing, particularly for the diagnosis of coronary artery disease and parathyroid hyperactivity. So if the doctor is testing you for these two medical conditions, in today's time, he's going to be using thallium in those medical tests. Now, the key is to detox. If you're going to go in for medical testing, I recommend beginning your detoxification before you go in for the testing and then after the testing has been done. Probably 2 weeks before testing, 2 to 3 weeks after the tests were performed. This way you can detox and flush out any thallium that has been injected or that you've consumed orally in your body. But the other thing that you need to keep in mind is, if you're a farmer, do you live downstream from a manufacturing plant that produces fiber optics, glass lenses, camera lenses, this type of thing? Do you live downstream from a landfill? Because when people dispose of camera lenses, old cameras, old glasses, electronic devices, computers, cell phones, they're going to dispose of them in the landfill. They should be recycled properly, but we don't have systems set up for that today, unfortunately. Not in the United States anyway. They do in some countries, but not enough. So if you live downstream from a landfill, you need to seriously consider the fact that leakage can be getting into your groundwater. It can be getting into your sprinkler systems. If you farm, again, it can be getting into your farm fields. Okay. Now, what are the vegetables that thallium is being found in today and at higher and higher levels? It's being found in kale, watercress, cauliflower, radishes, turnips, cabbage, green cabbage, particularly Brussels sprouts, and broccoli. These are going to be your more common vegetables that we consume as humans. We feed some to our animals. And these are from the mustard family, a genus Brassica. These are the flowering plants. These are the plants that are part of the mustard family. So it's pretty disappointing to find out that you've got thallium in your kale and thallium in your broccoli, because more and more people are eating these vegetables today. And if you're a vegetarian, I would suggest that you get a hair analysis done to see what these levels are inside of you. What do you do if they are found inside of you? Well, we're definitely going to want to detox. And if you are a vegetarian, you're going to want to detox regularly. And I have done a lot of YouTube videos and written hundreds of articles on detoxification. I've written an ebook, which is free, that you can download off of my website, janethall.com. Just give us your email address and we'll have it sent to you. Detoxification is so important. It always has been, but it's becoming more and more important today. You need to detox regularly, especially if you are consuming vegetables that are high in thallium. And when I say regularly, I suggest that you detox every change of the seasons, which would be 4 times a year. You're going to want to detox for 3 or 4 weeks. And then if you are, again, consuming a lot of these vegetables that contain high levels of thallium today, I recommend that you detox maybe every 2 to 3 months, and that you detox for 2 to 3 weeks. And if you do this regularly, then that way what you are ingesting, you can flush out and remove. All right? All righty. The other solution is to wash your vegetables. Now, washing your vegetables is important, of course, but not in the traditional ways that we have done this, such as soaking them and using vinegar. I don't recommend that much anymore, because if you soak your vegetables with vinegar or soap or other soaking solutions, and you have high levels levels of toxins on those vegetables, those solutions could interact with the chemicals on the veggies. So in my personal opinion, I believe that washing your vegetables, scrubbing your vegetables is the best thing to do. So what you want to do is you can soak it. Yes, you can soak it to get the water absorbed into the vegetable. But what you're going to want to do is make sure to drain and empty that water because it's going to have the toxins on it. So if you just can take it and run it through water, cool temperature waters, not hot water, not warm water, cool temperatures, and then wash it. Literally wash it off to the best of your ability. It's going to be a little tough because you're going to break this apart, but if you're going to be eating the stems, you can be washing down through that very well too. So that's what I suggest doing. Soak and scrub. Soak and scrub. So if you soak it, make sure to drain that water often so that those chemicals that are in the water are washed down the sink. Put in some fresh water or just hold it under the faucet and soak and scrub the veggie. And then what you're going to want to do is let it dry. Make sure that it's in a strainer or if it's on a towel, but let the vegetables dry well. So that's what I recommend that you do, unless you know for sure that you are getting your veggies from an organic grower. But then again, that organic grower can still have it in there, but it's not going to be as high as it's going to be with a farmer that bulk farms and that uses pesticides and herbicides anyway. All right. What are some examples of some of the cognitive symptoms that you're going to experience if you do have high levels of thallium in your body? You're going to experience memory loss, difficulty speaking, difficulty comprehending, and I would say probably one of the biggest things that we're seeing today is difficulty concentrating. If you are beginning to see these health symptoms appear, don't freak out that you're having memory loss issues coming about. Just consider that it can be that you are exposed to thallium and other chemicals, which we'll get into later, because I'm going to be doing a series of these in your vegetables. All right? Eating vegetables is definitely healthy for your health. And if you can grow your own, maybe in raised beds are a good solution to growing your own vegetables. If you can grow your own, then you know what you have control over. If you cannot grow your own, see if you can find a local farmer where you can see how he grows his vegetables. Go organic the best you can, but still know that that organic farmer may still have thallium exposure at his farm. So the best thing we can do, guys, we're looking at a world that is much more toxic. We're looking at a world to where we're exposed to toxins such as thallium, and we're not even aware of it. So the best thing you can do is stay on top of the game. Try to grow your own, buy organic, buy local. That's super important. And then soak and scrub your vegetables just in good water, purified water. Thank you for joining me today. That's everything you need to know about thallium. Go to janethall.com, read my article on thallium. And Substack, my articles are posted on Substack and also on Twitter. Thank you very much. See you next week.